You gotta be right back.
Wait, where's the store?
Want the liquor? Right around the corner.
Right across from the project?
I cannot.
What kind of wine you want?
Cavite. Yeah, Pinot Grigio.
Cavite. Alright.
Yeah.
She want Cavite.
Huh? Really?
She want Cavite.
She wants to be. We shall do this.
Shit, man, late.
Baby, which one do I dial? Citrus 3 or the other one?
Sorry, what?
Which one do I dial?
Where that phone number? 425, I believe it is. Oh no, BTR Skype.
This one?
Yeah. What's the show you talking about tonight?
Wait, but it's not connected through Skype. Where's my phone?
How's it say?
Warmish.
Start your show now. Press 1 to hear.
Where you going?
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
No.
Blog Talk Radio.
Tasha said you can't go out
The Realist Radio Show. Hey, this is your girl Tasha Nicole, right?
What's up, y'all? This is Alyssa Noriega.
The Pre-Game Radio Network. The Realist Radio Show. Live every Thursday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m.
The Realist Radio Show. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram now.
The Pre-Game Radio Network.
Yeah, American English.
Hey, what's going on? Be sure to tune in for the exclusive. Chat it up with me, Tasha Nicole Wright, and join our group on Google Plus, The Realist Radio Lounge. Live.
What's good? I got that reality recap. Yes, your favorite reality shows to take it here live with Alyssa Noriega.
The Realist Radio Show. PreGameRadio.net.
Sometimes we on the love shit. Just let me talk to you for a second. Listen. Yeah. We used to say it's us against the world. Fell in love way before I was a girl. Condos on the Skype, talking late night. Kiss you like I make it when we out on date night. You my little victim, what you like to say. Kinda shy till I'm showing off that negative. I cried for you every time you had to walk away. I tried harder even when you said you couldn't stay. Close my eyes, now we laying on the beach. Lotion on my thighs, hands on my feet. I'm a student, man, I love it when you teach. Even when I travel, I ain't never out of reach. Kept it classy, but my mind in the gutter. Messing birds, messing kicks in the summer. Love it when you tell me that no one can come above her. A diamond in the rough when you shine like a luck, yeah. Baby, where you wanna go? Tell me, anywhere to let me know. Where to go?
Turn up, okay. Get an order here. Set up on this and this. Oh, this is what I'm supposed to do.
Low key. I'm single, you single, and I don't wanna wait. Something like a snack, come put the pussy all in there. I'm single, you single, and I don't wanna wait. Something like a snack, come put the pussy all in your ear. All in your face, all in your face. I want you right now, and I don't wanna wait. All in your face, all in your face. I want you right now, and I don't wanna wait. I don't wanna wait, I don't wanna wait. If I make you my nigga, you know they gonna hate. Cause ain't nobody gon' fuck me just like you do. And ain't nobody gon' write it just like I do. And it's been so long, my ex, he did me so wrong. Now when I'm on top, I write it well. Gotta hold on, all up on that your job. Pussy, leave me so long. Feel it in my stomach every time that he stroke on. He wanna eat me like a snack. Eat me like a snack. Eat me like a snack.
Yeah, cause I'ma eat it like a snack. Eat it like a snack. Eat it like a snack.
He wanna eat me like a snack. Eat me like a snack. Eat me like a snack.
Yeah, I'ma eat it like a snack. Eat it like a snack. Yeah, I eat it from the back. Girl, put that pussy all on me. No, I don't wanna wait. Throw you over my shoulders like I don't wanna taste. They gon' charge me for murder, but I don't wanna taste. I just wanna taste of your funnel cake. I swear I'm on your ass, girl. When I get it, I won't fuck you like the last girl. I'ma stick shit in slow motion. I'ma get this pussy so wet, cause I'ma bust that ass wide open, yeah. Shorty looking like a Twix or something. Skin tone Reese looking like she mixing something. She stay looking like a snack. No matter where I go, she gon' always have my back, yeah. Yeah, that ass can get fat, yeah. Yeah, she my little snack, yeah. Cause I wanna whip that pussy. And I know she coming back, yeah.
For that time we used to go on the vacation. Yeah. B-A-E-cation. Stop. She be my motivation. She be my motivation. I love how she's patient. I take a vacation. Just name the location. Her single rotation. She be my motivation. She be my motivation. I love how she's patient. I take a vacation. Just name the location. Her single rotation. She be my motivation. She be my motivation. I love how she's patient. I take a vacation. Just name the location. Her single rotation. She be my motivation. She be my motivation. I love how she's patient. I take a vacation. Just name the location. Her single rotation. It's my baby, I love her. I gotta be honest. These bitches so basic, swear they be hating. My lady, a goddess. Appreciate me, that pussy got mileage. Put my ex in one basket, then I made her an omelet. Why you so mad when you broke the promise? New bitch, I need her, she wanted, I got it.
If you want it, I got it, and I'm gonna give it. Cause when I got locked, it was you came and visit. That just let me down, had to come to my senses. Like, this girl is mine, baby. She be looking so fine, baby. No more wasting the time, baby. Had you on my mind, crazy. I just want you to be my lady. Yeah. Cause she more than a dime, she more like a quarter. Let's take a vacation, let's cruise off the water. I'm thanking her dad for making her daughter. Like, look at her walk, look at the in this all mine. So shorty is trips, but when I say trips, don't mean a vacation. I mean V-A-T and just add an occasion. Yeah. Just say the spot, and that's our location. Yeah, yeah.
That's my baby, I love her. I told her I promise that I'ma stay honest, attract all these friends, and add up these times. Make trips to Bahamas. I told her I need her. My baby, a keeper. That pussy so wet, she just love when I eat her. With my tongue going deeper, hands on my head, she get box like some pizza. Eat that box like some pizza, licking all over like rollers in a reefer. You just need me 'cause these bitches gon' leave you. Sit on my face and pretend it's a feature. What are we waiting for? So what are you waiting for? I'm changing your last name and making you miss it more. Yeah, it's making you miss it more. You a kiss wild, baby. Dreams of fucking the DJ. I got these thoughts on my mind that I can't get off. If you knew what I was thinking, I could end up in court. Dreams of fucking the DJ. I'm not playing. You hear what I'm saying? Dreams of fucking the DJ. You better listen up. I could be talking about you. I like pumping me over. I feel like take it easy. Fuck me like a star. My dreams of fucking the DJ. Somebody tell me yourself that I don't need it for quickie. I said that we can menage, but I ain't nothing like it. Dreams of fucking the DJ. I'm not playing. You hear what I'm saying? Dreams of fucking the DJ. I know I get in trouble if I name a few. They told me I would never be shit. I fuck them till I get the remix. I heard pro style go deep inside the mean clip. Well, guess who's next up on my hit list? They say I rap like a semi. They wondering who am I? I'm all about myself. I fuck the Prince of NY. Any, many, mighty, motor. See this shit, I get these flows. DJ can be kinda cute, but blue is a professional. These niggas, you can't get from the source. I can walk in, this is epic galore. Tell DJ who's kid, I wanna fuck him on tour. This is the ass hard when I'm down on a horse. My body take a cup of Gotti. My ass is a Ferrari. Tell Juicy come here so I can ride on like a Harley. I like the old school K players of the sorry. Call me Applewood. I wanna lick up like a lolly. They told me I will never be shit. I fuck them till I get the remix. I heard such one deep inside the mean clip. But guess who's next up on my hit list? Dreams of fucking the DJ. I'm not playing. You hear what I'm saying? Dreams of fucking the DJ. You better listen up. I'm talking about you. How many niggas gonna take for my record to pop? The world may never know. I said come with the DJ, come pop and replay. I be a Maryland Monroe. Tell somebody I really wanna play a card. Only come out at night. I'm fucking more gay. I never had a legend. I can miss the these days, but that nigga be bugging out. That nigga fucking crazy. Blaming on who kid, blaming on me. I'm on the ball action, blaming on the Henny. I act so good, I think that I should win the Henny. I make the love the pussy like half love Henny. She said that shit get good, well I'm on your blood. I ain't got no pics, so I'ma start with it up. Tell love the Nero and real that I'm pulling up. And that this is the dream, so don't go trying your luck. My name is gonna take for my record to pop. The world may never know. I said come Mr. DJ, come find the replay. I be a Maryland Monroe. Dreams of fucking the DJ. I'm not playing. You hear what I'm saying? Dreams of fucking the DJ. You better listen up. I could be talking about you.
The Pre-Game Radio Network is sponsored by King's Power, and Stay High NYC. Hit them up for your edible, oil, and vaping pleasure. Also, Be For That. Check them out at www.beforthat.com. Not only get.com. And not only get organic sex and sex toys. All purchases from BeForVag.com. A portion is donated for all purchases BeForVag.com and adult is donated Emmy Productions for all your video production and photography. Also hit up Emmy Productions on Facebook at Emmy Production with a Z, or email them at hey@emmyproductions.com with a Z. Thanks to our sponsors over at litbk.tv. Their website is www.litbkny.com. Put in customer code Pregame is lit for 20% off your final purchase. Also, don't forget 20% off your purchase. Check them out on Instagram. Don't forget iCravewear. Check them out on their website is www.iCravewear.com. And their website is put in promo code Pregame for 15% promo code Pregame. For more information on our sponsors, go to our website over at www.pregameradio.com.
The Real Living Radio Show. Hey, this is your girl Tasha Nicole Wright.
What's up, y'all? This is Alyssa Noriega.
The Pre-Game Radio Network. The Real Living Radio Show. Live every Thursday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m.
The Realist Radio Show. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram now.
The Pre-Game Radio Network. Hey, what's going on? Be sure to tune in for the exclusive Chat It Up with me, Tasha Nicole Wright, and join our group on Google Plus, The Realist Radio Lounge. Live.
What's good? I got that reality recap. Yes, your favorite reality shows depicted here live with Alyssa Noriega.
The Realist Radio Show. PreGameRadio.net.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Thank you so much for tuning in to the Realist Radio Show here on the Pre-Game Radio Network. It's your girl, Alyssa Noriega. We got Tasha Nicole Wright. We live, y'all, for the first time this year, right?
Wednesday, yeah. Well, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, the year just started. Happy New Year!
We all late Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
The end of Black History Month.
The last day of Black History Month. And we gotta send it off with a bang, you know, but we doing things a little bit different. We want to try it out with you guys. Let us know your feedback, things like that. We gonna get into the reality recap. Woo, woo, can you woo, woo, woo? So with the
damn silly.
So with the reality recap, right? The first show that I want to talk about is Love and Hip Hop Miami. Okay, I stated this before. This season of Love and Hip Hop Miami, as well as Love and Hip Hop New York, it's been whack, you know, and it's really not a lot to talk about, but what I can say is that, number one, Chaotic, he got balls. You trying to go after Trick Daddy's ex-wife and try to take her out on a date and stuff like that, but then you want to be all up on his track. You want him to be on your track and all this stuff. And Trick Daddy, he peep game. He knows exactly what's going on. That's why he had your ass jumping out off in the sea to fish for lobster for some lunch. That was so funny when he was like, yo, you know, why don't you guys come on out, since you want me to do a feature, why don't you guys come out for some lunch on the beach? And they had to go fish for their own lunch. So Trick Daddy is really up on game. He already know what's going on. He's just acting stupid. But I do think that Chaotic is really reaching because he wants Trick Daddy to be up on that record. But you going after Joy. But anyway, even on Love and Hip Hop Miami, one of the things that really grinded my gears and got on my nerves was JoJo. I said this before. I'm going to say it again. JoJo is no good. She doesn't know what lane she should turn into. And you know what's crazy is that I remember last season, on the last on reality recaps in the past, I've been behind JoJo, like, yo, I really like how she stuck up for Amada. I really like how she holds herself to be a great friend. But then this season, she's showing herself not to be a great friend. First off, she went to a spiritualista who told her that somebody doing voodoo on her, and she automatically assumed it was Amada. And that shit right there is just the dumbest. And so here's Bobby talking about, oh, I'm Cuban and I can see people. Okay, first off, I'm half Cuban. You don't really, just because you're Cuban, that don't mean you see people. I see she walked out. That's all I saw. But just because you Cuban, that don't mean that you can see people for who they are and stuff like that. If you are on a higher spiritual level, that's when you can see people. But anyway, I just don't like how stupid JoJo is. And she is messy. She don't know where she wants to be in life. And she actually admitted, like, she was going through depression. Her store is doing bad. Everybody's turning against her because she got all this negativity, all this negative ass energy. So of course, things are not gonna go the way that you want them to go. Of course, everything is going to be up in arms and people gonna fight with you and things like that. You know, you got Shay who don't like you and see you for who you is. You got Amada talking about, like, yo, you need to pick a side. You know, you got everybody else just not fucking with you. Vega not fucking with you. You got a lot. The only person that really got your back is Bobby. And that's not even credible at all. But anyway, JoJo, she really needs to stay in her lane. She really needs to take a time out. She needs to get a real job. That's number one. Let's focus. She needs to get a real job. Or she needs to talk to her father and be like, look, I'm struggling. Like, I need you, Dad. Like, can you spot me a couple $100,000? Let me get above water. Making my way if you can. Anyway, but that's what she needs to do. She really needs to get her shit in order. Instead of dibble-dabbling everybody else's business, she really needs to get her shit in order. Because she is just struggling. She's failing. And that's what she get. But anyway, Bobby Lee, what's Lord.
Sorry, I just got back my bag.
Bobby Lee, Bobby V, whatever. Bobby, even though he's great as an artist, his personality fucking sucks. He really needs to get his shit in order. He coming at girls, I wanted to say bitches, but he was coming at girls left and right, front to back, all up in Amara La Negra's face. Like, come on, seriously? First, the only reason why you got a problem with Amara is because JoJo got a problem with Amara. So that's number one, that's petty. Number two, you have no real reason to be angry with Amara, and you put all that stupid mess up in JoJo's ear talking about some, oh, you know, that's Amara, she's negative to you and all this shit. So anyway, and nobody really fucking with you either, Bobby. Like, birds of a feather flock together. Prince ain't fucking with you. Tip barely fucking with you. Chaotic, I don't think he even know you. But either way, ain't nobody really fucking with you like that. Amara not fucking with you, and Amara is going up. JoJo is going down. Bobby, you just right there. You want to know why Trina ain't fucking with you like that. Like, you just, all that negativity, both people being negative is just, y'all belong together. But I think y'all need to take a time out and just step away. But one thing I can say is Chaotic is funny as fuck, number one. He's funny as hell. I can't get past, like, the onk in the middle of his forehead. Like, I get the purpose, but I just keep staring at it. I'm just like looking at it, like, I can't even focus. I just stare right at his, like, forehead and shit like that. You know, it just bothers my soul. Oh. But anyway. Oh, and also Pretty Ricky. Pretty Ricky on the show. I like him. I like Pretty Ricky, you know, stuff like that. Pleasure P, he really don't know where he want to be. I wouldn't be surprised if in the upcoming tour with the B2K Pretty Ricky, you know, tour, when I do go.
Go.
I'm going to go.
Don't tag me in it.
I'm going to go live. I'm going to go. I'm going to be like, J-Pod! No fears in them! They're going to be like, who the fuck is this old ass woman? I was there, right there, front and center. What's up? I'm going to follow you to Philly. Anyway, back to the reality recap. Yeah, so I'm not sure if Pretty Ricky are back together. I'm not sure. But it's apparent that they have a lot of issues. The father's not really fucking with them like that because he feel like he, you know, carried the group, and now the group don't have his back because Pleasure P is breaking off and doing his own thing, which I think may be best. I think they need to, you know, like Blue said it. He was like, yo, there's some groups that were once 4 and now they're 3. Right. And they doing well. So yeah. I think that would be best, you know, if I want to, you know, take a look into my future since I'm Cuban, like Bobby say, and I see.
But see, I don't see, I think what did he say? He was going to go on tour. He already sent his work in for Pretty Ricky to get the album together, and he's going to go on tour in the meantime while they get it together. That doesn't seem like he's more focused on just his career. It seems like because his career is moving, he's doing what he's got to do, waiting for Pretty Ricky. I think he can balance the two. I really do think
he could. He can do both his solo career and the group, you know, because the group ain't really doing much. Just saying. And that's just it. And also, that's pretty much it as far as the show is concerned. We already talked about JoJo and her ratchet ass, Bobby and his ratchet ass coming at Amada. I'm glad Amada sees the light though, because Shay said it. She was like, yo, you're going to see that your girl, Angry Bird, she's not a good look for you. And I'm glad that Amada sees it. And although it may hurt Amada, you know, I'm glad that she sees it. Oh, there was a face that came back. Michelle Pooch. She lost some weight, looking real good. You know, I like that. She's real close to Trick Daddy, but we all know that. But one thing that I really find to be funny is that Michelle Pooch thinks that Amada and Trick Daddy should be together. Ew. Like they will make a cute couple that they should try it. I think not. I think that Amada should just focus on her career and not Trick Daddy. That would you throwing up? Oh, yeah, because it's just bad. We here at the Realist Radio Show, we do not condone that at all. Amada, somebody on age, Trick Daddy, retire. Yeah,
alright. Well, okay. I just got. I'm sorry, but Trick Daddy though. He's old. He just looked.
He looked old. He only 45.
He
I'm
gonna
ask
like a 60-year-old. That way they match. I don't know, cause Black don't crack. He cracks. Or he's shattered.
Maybe if he like replaced and replenished his grills, got a little facial with a little bit of
some water, and
drink some water and just exercise and just do a little bit of that and just ran on the beach with Amada maybe that would kind of like spruce him up. Yeah. You know, do a little collagen. Word. You know, in his little spots that he has on his face. Do a little mask. Do a little exfoliation.
I don't think none of that shit's gonna work. But
I'm just trying.
I don't think none of it's gonna work.
Change your diet. Do like a little vaping for a while. Clear that up.
You want to know which show that I basically binge watched about a good couple of hours of basically just watching it. It's the marriage boot camp. Where right now they got
the hip hop.
Yes. So Nick. First we got Jessica Dahmer. I actually like them. I like their dynamics. I like them. They handle each other. It seems like they're both aware that they're both controlling in their relationship. But it seems like they still balance it out. And I figure as long as they keep working, them two are going to be together for a while. A long time. They make a cute couple. Right. We love y'all together. Y'all stay together. So whatever it is y'all there fixing, just fix it. You know? Then you got what's his name?
Lil Fizz and Keisha Cole looking girl.
Lil and Tiffany. Yeah. So is it Tiffany? Moniece's ex-shorty,
best friend. Yes.
So now I guess this is before they came on Love and Hip Hop and I guess met the kid or whatever. Because on here she hasn't met his son yet. But the way he treats her on the show is ridiculous. Like I don't know, but it kind of explains why Moniece is the way she is towards him. In a sense. Not really towards other women, but I can see the jealousy and her assuming that other women are getting a better relationship from him. Now, honey, it is not the case. Like, he's literally someone else's problem. Like, No, I think Tiffany, which one, over. I kind of like her a little bit from right, but I only like her from Marriage Boot Camp. I didn't like her.
I didn't like her. Love and Hip Hop.
Right, I didn't like her there. But I did like her from Marriage Boot Camp. I feel like at the end of the day, no matter what you got going on, you don't let a man let you feel lonely. Like, she showed up there by himself. He showed up late. He barely do anything like. He don't even do like
no stimulation.
Right. They had this challenge where he would eat some peppers, and every time you would take ownership for the wrong in your relationship, you would eat peppers. So they failed the challenge. So he, in return, had to eat the peppers to fix his issues with Tiffany. Now, me personally, I'd have ate the pepper if it was, my relationship. He sat there like he was 12 years old. I don't want the peppers. Fucking peppers. I don't, and I'm like, all right, another red flag, Tiffany. They sat there 2 whole hours and he didn't eat not one. She really sat there and waited. Then he got pissed off because she said, that they're not gonna have sex while they're there. And then he keeps trying to like get her to lay in bed with him. She's like, no, like what in your right mind would make you think a woman is gonna lay down with you after the way you're treated? Like seriously. But I kind of like that show. I gotta catch up and watch more. They got Rock Rush and Tammy.
Okay. I didn't know Tammy has so many deep-rooted issues until marriage. She got issues, and I understand that, you know, Waka Flocka did what he did, yada yada. But Waka loved her, and Tammy got some deep-rooted issues that she really needs to get over. Anger issues. She switches like that.
She do, but you know what? She didn't I don't know what the relationship was like before the bullshit. It was probably all peaches and cream, and you know, the grass was green on the other side. But then reality hit her. Over and over. Now, and them getting in that relationship together, she was flirty. And I'm more than likely that she had Waka knew that she had some sort of anger problems. But they continue to move forward. In that, she gets pissed off that she's doing what all rappers do and smashes mad bitches. In that, he is also making her worse. Anger, no trust, all these other things. But obviously, they both love each other. They both want to be together. And I'm actually glad they're on marriage camp working it out. They're not the worst couple.
They're not the worst.
They just got a couple of issues. They need to hash that out. When that's done, I think the perfect relationship is close, y'all.
They're almost there. I can't give them relationship advice. Next. On the roster.
Well, I'm gonna say some more. I wanna watch. Those are the ones that really hit me, and I just had to bring them up and stuff. But we're gonna play some music. As you guys know, she played nothing but the artists who sing their music and support the Realist Radio and the Pregame Radio Network. So tonight we are dedicating all the music to them. So hopefully everyone is tuned in. If not, you can always catch it But my chatty is going to be pretty dope. And she got some more reality recap.
My baby, let me
okay, this is not the right song. When it's not the right song, that's funny. That was so inappropriate. So inappropriate.
Talk on that street shit like they in the street. What they say the other day, they make a joke.
Oh my God.
I made a joke.
I have to
it's a joke, nigga. Real street shit. Yeah, my feet glued to the cement. My goal fucking watching, get rid of all of these pieces. My family fucked up, so many nephews and nieces, and I can't get a job to even start living decent. It's grinding season. Shit, my rhyme for you, taking out for the words of speaking. Be the reason your mama leaving, be the reason your niggas thinking of getting even. And for that same reason, it's hard to get money, nigga. The block is steaming. Feel me? I know somebody wanna kill me. Can't recall half the faces of niggas I did visit. So I won't be surprised if a lame niggas kill me. Better than face the life than the judge thinking I'm guilty. The scene with my whole split. I chose the wrong path. And I traveled so far, I take time turning back. Nobody in the world wanna spend life in a match. What's responsible for your actions? No need for you to rap. Yeah. This one for the street niggas, the street wrong, the street niggas. You wanna think that what we talk in the street niggas? Overseas wrong, don't ride with no nigga. There's no wrong, there's survivors in the streets nigga. Yeah, only real niggas eat. Yeah, that's what I want the street niggas. And you ain't in the street cause you hang out. And you are no shooter cause you there when they bang out. But if you held it down. When the task force came out, then you a real nigga feeling the lines on this beat now. R.I.P. all the street niggas that never made it. Be everybody that got locked when the D's raided. Fuck the snitches, that's something that I never played with. I never said a word, I'll never write no fucking statement. Put some extra in the bag so it moves quicker. Put 3 points on the way to out of rules, nigga. Hard worker, work the hard with the school, nigga. My niggas matter, give a fuck about you, nigga. Full of dust, my pack stabs and my jammy tucked. Hit it up, you play tough, then my jammy dump. And all moves made it major. And all the nigga really want in life is this paper. I want the paper, yeah. This one for the street niggas. Keep on and stay with your heat niggas. Think your kids all get these 7 street niggas. We want to sit that what we do in the street niggas. Keep strong, don't ride with no weak niggas. There's no wrong, it's survival in these streets niggas. Yeah, only real niggas eat with you. Yeah, this one for all the street niggas. Yeah,
head of your class.
For the street niggas. Keep on and stay with your heat niggas. Think your kids all get these 7 street niggas. We want to sit that what we talk in the street niggas. Keep strong, don't ride with no weak niggas. There's no wrong, it's survival in these streets niggas. Yeah, only real niggas eat with you. Yeah. This one for all the street niggas.
Good job. Good job. Oh. I'll tell you about characters later because you know I'll get into a whole conversation figuring I'm doing something.
All right. Let's get started. You may learn something.
Yeah, my body's running. Yeah, my body's running. Yeah, my body's running. It's true. Because I fuck the world. So yeah, my body's running. Niggas wanna know when they do. I say, yeah, my body's running. Yeah, my body's running. Yeah, my body's running. It's true. Because I fuck the world. So yeah, my body's running. Niggas wanna know when they do. Yeah, my body's running. You wanna know the truth. Niggas wanna know what I do. Well, for 36 weeks.
There we go.
In the club, only my niggas standing around. I have singles, that's fine with me. Cause I try hard, turn them to a mom to me. But I try hard and go in a little harder. So when we pop bottles, it's just a baby shower. I'm the boy that you brought. Got him hanging on a life like a umbilical cord.
That's Diamond, for those who don't know. She has no chill. When it comes to people in business, she just walk up and shit.
I'm trying to get her to twerk.
If she can twerk up to the ass to the strip club, we need some extra money. She like to say some shit.
Spaghetti in the bowl, pregnant, my pants got full and feet, I can't move. Niggas gon' see me sick in my pocket. I say, yeah, my pocket's pregnant, yeah, my pocket's pregnant, yeah, my pocket's pregnant. Cause when I get the chronic, yeah, I just don't want it. I never take too much from you, with you, I'm like, serious. Never speak first like name tag, never leave work, I'm first aid. Whenever we hurt and I use my head, never breach mirth, no water breaks, but your hurl is wrong, the word money. Yeah, and my word is born, I got a name it. How else would I claim it? Maybe Abe Lincoln, maybe Ben Franklin. Yeah, my body's running, yeah, my body's running, yeah, my body's running.
That's my only reality recap for Black Ink Chicago.
Lily did a no bags art in the it was like Mexico. Yeah, through her eyes, right? Through her eyes, you had to get from Mexico to America. And the options was crazy. It was like, like this is a really, it was really dope. But she was kind of put on leave, but then she didn't.
Which would be best?
Well, Ryan was basically trying to get her to think about trying to understand deals with her racism, not ours. So it's that little bit of darkness that she hasn't grabbed to. She doesn't. It's similar to hers, but it's just like
it ain't the same though.
It ain't the same.
Child.
You got a nigga open. That's me. It's only her nigga man. I tell her don't put your good side, nigga, for your boyfriend. I tell her don't put your good side, nigga, for your boyfriend. She got an ass so fat, and sugar so sweet. Said I can't be the man with a king, cause she only wanted me. Now I'm back it up swinging, cause this nigga living, so give it that real hot shit. Nigga feeling I can pull it out swinging, cause this nigga feeling I can pull it out swinging. Move like that.
No, earlier when I first asked
man just called 10 times, message asked where you at. She could call her what you want to try.
This shit took me a time. You should have to give me those
Boy, I put that on my city. Put that on my bitch weave, that heard me. God forbid all the real niggas die. Then up in my heart, stop. Boy, I put that on my city, put that on my bitch weave, that heard me. God forbid all the real niggas die. Then up in my heart, I'm shitting on your head, yeah, I'm shitting on the Twitter, I'm shitting on the king size bed and the pillow, and I'm shitting on the skull, first I'm shitting on the pillow. Shorty, while you worry, you text me, you text back, but you should so hard. The bitch ain't balls, I call it a pool party. Sorry, nigga, I'm the hallmark nicey. While you run, take the ballpark nicey. Put that first to his soul like Tyson and take half.
Did y'all just see that? She tried to get the dog drunk. Y'all saw that? Peter coming after you. See? You okay, Diamond? Oh, she did. Diamond not fucking with her no more. You lost your only friend. Well, that's the. You watching us in the room.
What a stalker. Somebody said say hi to who?
Who? Why are those in capital?
I put on for my city, the west side of Philly, man, I run that shit like Denny, and of course, I put that on my bitch, little blind chick, she like a young E, they like Tony, they hate Tony, I don't give a fuck, long as I can chase homie, 3 shows a week, killing down south, 5 beaches every day, I survive in the drought, trying to black, I survive all the doubt, my name on the map, my name, and they out,
and I'm running the phone.
So you saw I was trying to get Diamond a line so she can go to sleep in our body, y'all, so you can have nasty.
She jumped out and ran out the room. I told Alyssa she lost her only friend.
What you mean? You ain't my friend. Oh, and Tasha yelled at me talking about 7:30, and guess what? She ain't say nothing about no 7:30 in the thing. She thought that she told me, but she didn't tell me. But she thought that she did, but she didn't.
I tried to shake my head to all of that.
No, I can't, but you can.
You know, when you get in trouble, you can feel the person looking in this direction.
It's 6:51.
That's funny.
The Real Radio Show with hey, this is your girl Tasha Nicole Wright.
What's up, y'all? This is Alyssa Noriega.
The Pre-Game Radio Network. The
Wait,
Real
you gotta do
Radio
it. I don't know how to do
live every Thursday, 9 p.m. to 11
Okay,
p.m.
I'll
The
start.
Realist
See my
Radio
hand
Show.
up.
Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram now.
The Pre-Game Radio Network.
Exactly. I'm gonna teach her that.
Hey,
She get it
what's
right.
going on? Be sure to tune in for the exclusive. Chat it up with me, Tasha Nicole Wright, and join our group on Google Plus, the Realist Radio Lounge, live.
What's good? I got that reality recap. Yes, your favorite reality shows depicted here live with Alyssa Noriega.
The Realist Radio Show. PreGameRadio.net.
It's me. Yeah. Hey y'all. I'm too busy petting Diamond and sipping wine and not focused. So that's my bad. But welcome to the part 2 of the reality recap here on the Pre-Game Radio Network. And I am going to talk about the one and the only Love and Hip Hop New York. Another boring ass season. I'm disappointed. Highlights. There were a couple of highlights, but thank God it's the second to last show. And March 25th will be Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Alright? That's what I'm excited about. But on this episode of Love and Hip Hop New York, a couple of things that I really wanted to highlight. First thing I wanted to highlight is Kimbella and the Yandy situation. They had a conversation, or what we like to say in New York. They was conversating, and
they had a mini spat.
A little mini spat, you know, but they agreed to disagree. And that's the one thing that I really did like, was that finally they both were adults and was like, yo, we ain't fucking with each other, but we fuck with everybody in the group, and I'm not going to ruin it for our mutual friend, Juju. Right. So let's just make the best of this trip. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. Another thing that was confusing to me at first was the way that Joe Budden was kind of like talking about Safari. You know, Safari, he's like, alright, I like Safari. You know, he a rude boy, Jamaican. You know, but Safari, we know he's a kid. You know, and I could kind of relate to that, as you could tell.
Yeah. What? I said he's young. And I said, yeah. What?
You trying to say I'm young?
I said he's young.
Oh, I'm sorry. So, yeah.
I'm scared.
So about Safari, right? I just say he got a little kitty. It's okay. It's alright. I know he's a little bit of a kid. You know, he's a little bit of a kid. He kind of like throws a tantrum, or he doesn't think before he says something. So it's like he'll just blurt it out, and then it's like, but Safari, you can't say that because we interpreted this, that, and the third. And then he'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, you know. Or Juju, can I have a talk with you? And Juju's like, yo, you're not a good friend, blah, blah, blah. All right, I'm sorry. It's like kind of like a kid. Yeah. Like, you know, he got some growing up to do. But anyway, Joe Budden was kind of like side hints at, you know, Safari. I don't know if it was jealousy or whatever. And I was trying to figure it out, you know, throughout everything. Like, yo, why is he jabbing at Safari like that? And then it was revealed towards the end that, you know, Joe Budden fell away because he was like, yo, you owe Sin an apology. And I'm like, why does he owe Sin an apology? Why is the whole shit about Erica Mena coming up, right? Like, they didn't know about it? Like, what the fuck? So apparently Safari flew Erica Mena to Costa Rica so he can have time with Erica Mena, which I ain't mad at, because if I'm there on like a almost couples trip, right, and I have a bae and my bae ain't there, like, if I got it, I'm gonna fly you out so I can get some bae time, right, you know. So, and that's just it, bottom line. But if you want to think back to second or third season, and Erica Mena was on Love and Hip Hop New York, and Erica Mena, and this is when Sin Santana was a bartender at Starlet.
I don't remember.
Right off the 59th Street Bridge in LIC, that strip club over there. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like a bartender, bottle girl, whatever. Anyway, Sin didn't like the cocky, okay? Sin liked Punani, alright? And Sin was all up in Erica Mena's Punani. And they were actually like a cute couple. They was riding for a long time, like a year. They were like best friends. They got a cute dynamic. They were both really girly, which is what she likes. And and so, you know, and that was just their dynamic. Like, it was just like, it was easy. It looked easy. And then, you know, they were lovers. But I don't know what happened. I forgot, honestly. I really forgot. Because maybe it wasn't even important. Okay?
No, I think Sin, after they broke up, Sin showed up at a shoot Erica was having.
Oh, with Rosita,
whatever.
Yeah, that Dominican chick.
She went outside. Sin was like, you know, I still want to be friends with you. Erica was acting mad, you know, shady towards her. Like,
isn't that what Safari was like? Yo, like, you can have me too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I remember that.
That's it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so
did you forget?
With all that being said, no, I heard ass. Anyway, so with all that being said, it's like, all right, so why are you getting upset that Safari bring Erica Mena to Costa Rica? Because of Sin Santana. I'm like, duh. Her and Sin Santana, they really didn't, you know, they really didn't do what they were supposed to do. And I guess like bury the hatchet or whatever. So, and that's just it, bottom line. So I guess at the end of the day, like,
well, you know what I think? I think that Safari does not owe Sin an apology. I think because him and Joe and Safari had a private conversation that they came to an agreement on, that he was wrong for not informing him. See, the way Joe is putting it is like, I didn't tell you not to bring a girl. The only thing he asked him was, are you bringing her? He said no. He said, if you have a change of plans, let me know. That was it. That's where he felt violated. As for Sin and Erica, they grown-ass women. They can deal with that.
But why does Safari have to tell Joe Budden anything? I'm not going to be the type.
It's because they made a mutual... He didn't have to make the agreement with him. That's where I'm getting from. If before the trip, they had a man-to-man, a powwow, and he said... Well, the way Joe put it is that he asked Safari, hey, you bringing Erica? Safari was like, no. He was like, any change of plans, just let a brother know. Then he was stating if he had known, he'd have been able to move different, so Sin didn't feel uncomfortable. Not that he didn't want Erica there, not that he was telling Safari not to bring Erica.
I'm gonna say this, all right? This little tidbit about me. I'm gonna let the world know, okay? Here's a little tidbit about me. I was married before, right? I'm divorced. I'm happy, okay? Yay, all right? I was happy when I told my ex-husband, I want you to find somebody that's gonna make you happy.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if I'm with you, if I'm fucking with you, if I'm not fucking with you, if we had a spat, and think about it, I was married and was divorced. That's not something that's like light and easy. We didn't just say, hey, let's get a divorce, honey. No, it was some real shit that happened. So if I'm in Costa Rica with my man, wherever he is, if I'm in Costa Rica with my man, right, on a couple's trip, and all of a sudden my ex-husband come with his new wife, he's married now, with his new wife, I'm not going to feel a way. It's going to be like, oh, there goes such and such.
But that's you. But what if your dude and his new wife are like friends, they knew each other, and they had out at a party, and he's like, oh, hey, we going on a trip, heard you was coming. I'm bringing, Alyssa, are you bringing such and such? No. Okay, no problem. But if you decide to change your plan, not if y'all were beefing.
Right.
If you decide to change of plans, just give me a heads up so I know how to, keep my woman comfortable.
I guess,
like maneuver around the situation.
I kind of get it, but Sin, you got a whole nigga, a whole house, and a whole baby. Like, what beef do you have?
No, that's what I'm saying. Sin and Erica are grown. But Joe is just being protective of his woman. And then to top that off, him and Safari had that powwow. They didn't have to have that powwow. Safari could have done it right there, like, don't worry about it. Joe would have known, he might have, whatever. Mm-hmm. I'll just have to play my cards right or whatever. But no, the question was asked. They made the agreement.
Well, that's dumb. Don't make no fucking agreement.
Don't agree to do some shit you ain't planning on doing.
You ain't planning on doing. Either way, I just didn't like how Joe. All right, now that Tasha, explained it in a very thorough way from Long Island.
Long Island. I'm in Brooklyn.
She's from Long Island, and she explains it in a very constructive way. Long Island. Now I kind of understand where Joe is coming from. But my thought still stands. Joe, calm the fuck down. Like, you 51. Like, why are you going, I will put your head in the sand. Like, really?
Yeah,
calm down.
Yeah, all that was
like, why the hell gotta be in the sand? First off, you about to have a heart attack, my nigga. Like, calm down, okay? Bring that blood pressure down, okay? Your hydraulic, your systolic, all that, okay? Your HDL and LDL levels, let's keep that level, okay? And let's calm that fucking shit down. You don't need to go all off like that. Like, seriously?
No, he kind of went overboard with the going off. But
Safari,
but I guess because Safari kind of knows.
Be protective.
Yeah, well, he was being protective.
You held my baby.
Right, that was too much. But I get the reason of the. But then no, I still don't think Joe should have did it in front of everyone.
Not in front of everyone.
I think he should have pulled Safari aside.
Like a man.
But I get where he was coming from in that sense. But all that you held my baby, that was just like, nigga, now you being too damn
You being too extra. I think that the producers told you, like, go all the way. Go all the way. And he was like, oh, put your head in the sand. You held my baby. Like, woo, okay. Goddamn. Oh, but last and not least, let's talk about that zip line. I wanted to do it when they go all the way down. It looked like fun, you know?
Well, that's Love and Hip Hop when I was younger, and it was real close to the ground. That's about as much as I would do.
Child, when I went to Mexico for my birthday last year, and I did a zip line, it was 3 seconds long. But when I tell you, I don't know, I spoke Spanish, French. I was like, I was so scared, but the view was so amazing, and I was just like, wow. And it held me up, y'all.
I'm weird, because I'll do a slingshot real quick, but I won't do a zip line.
Girl.
I won't jump from a plane either.
People, if you a BBW, it's for you. It holds you up. It right there just has you, and it just holds you tight, and you just fly.
She ain't even a BBW.
I'm a BBW. What's a BBW? Like what? Over 175 pounds?
No, that's thick.
Oh. Is it over 200 pounds?
It depends on how your body is. Shit, I'm 196. I ain't scared to say it.
I'm 210 and...
See, and neither one of us are BBWs.
Girl, you better cut it out. You don't know me like that. Licking up on me.
The dogs stay popping up. That is hilarious. All right, y'all. We're going to get back into some music.
That's my reality recap.
And I got a dope ass, what we call kind of like a secret letter. And from an anonymous side piece.
Fill that up before we hear about this.
Right.
Side piece chronicles.
So, Lord of Mercy. We would love to get feedback, whether it be tonight, tune in later. You're welcome. I can't. Or tune in later. You can comment below. If you are on the network, there's literally comments underneath this live stream. So we're gonna get back into some music, and we'll be back in a little bit with Chatter. Side piece.
Imagine what you could do down. I wanna take my clothes off, and now my body got it ready to freak out. If I wanted to go down, imagine what you could do down.
We got a lot of things.
I wanna take my clothes off, and now my body got it ready to freak out. I can guarantee that
I ain't never in my feelings, boy, I'm in my bag. I've been rhyming, grinding, chasing cash, and when you say come home, I better bring that ass. If I was your girl, I would call you daddy, while you kissing on my thighs and rubbing the back. When I give you that look, you know what time it is. Come and pop my top off like a China skin. If I was your girlfriend, these chicks gon' be mad that the third pin. And these niggas gon' be salty, all because they ain't sitting in your seat. I'm the type of girl I don't wanna be seen. I don't wanna meet your bro, your cousin, your team. When we do us, baby, we just do us. That's how you eliminate all of the rumors. You damn right, that applies to me too. No, we off limits when it comes to both groups. We don't have to see each other every day. We both out here running, how we gon' get paid? Yeah, I'm laid back, I might give you some slack. Just please don't make me talk or call the chicken get slack. No basic hoe, I'm not replaceable. Can't no host, I'm like the rock, you know. I got a sound that flow like H2O. And if I ain't the girl you want, you can take some more.
Shots for her in the next one.
Don't even pay the same way. Don't care what they do. Long as you know I wanna do it.
That's right. If I was your girlfriend, I had to spend money and buying them old birds. You know we cashing out. If you ever try to spend, you know we fabbing out. It be like Bonnie and Clyde, now I'm on five. Taking over each and every city, running the town. Rose be fine, I be yours and mine. We compliment each other like a tone and lie.
Oh my God! I be wanting to do like silly videos.
Have you wishing I was your girlfriend? Ready or not, if you wanna win, have you wishing I was one friend?
Oh jeez, you want me to drink?
I tell you again, have you wishing I was your girlfriend? Ready or not, if you wanna win, have you wishing I was more than a friend?
If I was your girlfriend, imagine what you could keep down. I wanna take my boots off, and now my body got it ready to freak out. If I was your girlfriend, imagine what you could keep down. I wanna take my boots off, and now my body got it ready to freak out. If I was your girlfriend, imagine what you could keep down. I wanna take my boots off, and now my body got it ready to freak out. If I was your girlfriend, imagine what you could keep down. I wanna take my boots off, and now my body got it ready to freak out.
That was her song.
I don't want my new job to be like, we going to Alyssa Noriega.
It ain't her. Leave Alyssa alone.
Supplier, I will be your number one supplier.
What up, people? It's your girl Tamara Bubble from Brooklyn, New York, and you better keep it locked to my homie, the one and only Brooklyn Black on Pregame Radio Show. You know what it is? Salute to the homie, because he don't play nothing but hits, and I don't salute nothing that ain't official. Bubble on set.
You gotta give me something. I'll take a smile. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I'll take a hurt. Show love. Yeah, yeah. Even if your hair.
I saw that on television on one of the reality shows. I gotta find out which one. I'm so right. Yes. She made it. I'm so proud of this girl. I love to see. I love to see people that I've met in life. I'm gonna be naked. Yeah.
no one like you before. And yeah, people in the sky, that's all I'm shooting for. Cause our dreams are bigger than the limits in the sky. We turn to the flames because we flying got the blues no more. If your feet still hurt, look at the shoes you want. I bet you're looking for a break, but that's the rules before. So give me your time. It's been a minute. We've been waiting for you to come through any minute. And we be gonna get it. Let me lift up up, just take your back, see how your shoulders don't move. Hey, clap, so clap, something from you. Let me lift up up, just bend your back, see how your shoulders don't move. Give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that. You gotta give me something. Give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that. You gotta give me something.
Yeah. Bubbles on deck. Yeah. Real cute.
To be honest, I don't really wear many. I don't even really rock panties. Let me be clear, I'm used to getting a few new big pair each year from my granny. Couple seconds when the light come out, nothing had words. Too much Jenny and drunk sex go out. Come on, these sweet dudes, fly down there, I'ma go there out. But now, nigga, wrong song. I only need a couple of bars to turn you on. That's why I started mentioning that lingerie before I to the studio with some home jobs. This verse about to take a turn for the worse, and all those cute honey gonna be long gone. Cause the hating niggas that I wrote it for, they ain't afraid of wordplay, that's what they wrote it for. So I'ma drive them wild. So one day they might hit all about my push your G-string, bloody something different with them edible pennies on the cover, so they wonder how that bubble tastes. You can stay mad, be miserable, unpredictable, maybe not even applicable, but yeah, it's typical. Check your marriage if it ain't you, cause way too many queens rock the shades, cause they out black and blue. Way too many dudes, way too many dudes. That make me feel like a man. And I let them make a better yes, no. Y'all look, it's way too many dudes, only wanna spawn. Ain't got no conversation, only wanna got the word of call. Why keep sending brown dudes out in the broad, standing like a broad? Why keep sending dudes like these girls knocking on the top of a car? These little niggas online, the worst part, lame hoes got a ball. And all they do is just like the females do my interviews with that makeup loud. I be laughing, big boy. Take off from drones. On the train from shopping, let me put you in the something real slow. Don't bring your laces satin on the silk, cause the pretty little souls like falling off your balls. Control, sitting pretty, yeah. You just have to rock some cute honey, yeah. Come here, cute, yeah. Real cute, you hating on them big man. Cute, real cute. Why you have me getting money? Maybe that's why you say, let some money shout. How about the way? Cute honey, bro. Real cute. Wrong man, big buck. Taking shots from a penthouse love. Talking trash, you making big calls. Yeah, and again, it's only till the phone got off. From again, phone got disconnected. But don't worry, he be back online hating in a second. Back at the crib, remember she paid her phone and her rent. Watch a nigga vegetable sauce. Now you took up in my mentions on some festival bro. See the comment at the comment, you that thirsty, drink vomit. I promise I ain't never seen nobody when I so much time to hate me. Be honest, is mad at me? Or the fact that I'm grinding, it's the fact that I'm winning, so I really be shining. Why you press on my diamond? You ready to quit on this little bitty girl, so don't tell me I'm lying. Way too many dudes, way too many dudes. That make me feel like a man. And I let her make a better yes, no. Y'all look, it's way too many dudes, only wanna spawn. Ain't got no conversation, only wanna got the word of call. Why keep sending brown dudes back in the broad, standing like a broad? Why keep sending dudes like these girls knocking on the top of a car? These little niggas online, the worst part, lame hoes got a ball. And all they do is just like the females do my interviews with that makeup loud. I be laughing, big boy. Take off from drones. On the train from shopping, let me put you in the something real slow. Don't bring your laces satin on the silk, cause the pretty little souls like falling off your balls. Control, sitting pretty, yeah. You just have to rock some cute honey, yeah. Come here, cute, yeah. Real cute, you hating on them big man. Cute, real cute. Why you have me getting money? Maybe that's why you say, let some money shout. How about the way? Cute honey, bro. Real cute.
The Pre-Game Radio Network is sponsored by King's Power and Stay High NYC. Hit them up for your edible, oil, and vaping pleasures. Also, Beaver Badge. Check them out at www.beaverbatch.com. Not only get informed their organic, infused foods and toys, also get great information on sex and sex education. For all purchases on beaverbatch.com, a portion is donated towards sexual education for young teens and adults. Emmy Productions for all your video production and photography needs. Hit them up on Facebook at Emmy Productions with a Z, or email them at heyme.tv@gmail.com. Thanks to our sponsors over at LitBK. Their website is www.litbkny.com. Put in customer code Pregame is Lit for 20% off your final purchase. Also, don't forget I Crave Wear. Check them out on Instagram at I Crave Wear, and their website is www.icravewear.com. Put in promo code Pregame for 50% off your purchase. For more information on our sponsors, go to our website over at www.pregameradio.net.
The Real List Radio Show with hey, this is your girl Tasha Nicole Ray.
What's up, y'all? This is Alyssa Noriega.
The Pre-Game Radio Network. The Real List Radio Show, live every Thursday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m.
The Real List Radio Show. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram now.
The Pre-Game Radio Network. Hey, what's going on? Be sure to tune in for the exclusive Chat It Up with me, Tasha Nicole Wright, and join our group on Google Plus, the Real List Radio Lounge, live.
What's good? I got that reality recap. Yes, your favorite reality shows depicted here live with Alyssa Noriega.
The Real List Radio Show, PreGameRadio.com.
Okay, what's going on? Now it's the segment of Chat It Up. Now, I got what we call a secret letter. Hold on, give me 1 second. I got what we call a secret letter. If anyone has an anonymous story to tell, send your secret letter to the Real List Show @gmail.com. So I'm going to get into this anonymous letter. It's very interesting. I would like for people to chime in. Actually, please. I believe Hafa, one of the hosts from Pregame Radio, is on the line. And I'm curious to know what he thinks. Hafa, you there?
Hafa, you there?
Hafa, can you hear me? Okay, I'm going to read this anonymous secret letter from someone, and afterwards I want you to just tell everyone what you think. You paying attention? You got this? Well, just listen. Chime in when you're ready, okay? All right. So, I have an anonymous situation I need you all to chime in on. A side piece, okay? Side bitch, side piece, mistress, whatever you want to call her.
Biscuit, green beans, corn.
There you go, whatever you want to call her. Anyways, a side piece who has been a side piece 7 years now is coming to the realization that she will forever be a side piece. Now, he's good to her. She does the holiday with him and all this other stuff. So, she got to spend this past Valentine's Day with him. But, what does it say here? It's always rushed and on schedule.
Hello.
He called her after leaving his house with his wife to set up an early lunch. which she, of course, enjoyed because she loved spending time, with him. Since he was home the last few days, he was unable to plan their Valentine's Day together, and he was unable to plan his wife's because he wanted it to be a surprise. He planned some exotic shit. Anyways, he wanted to surprise her. That's why he didn't do it in the house. So at their VA lunch, they're chilling, eating, relaxing, having a good time. But he keeps getting on his phone and texting. Well, not texting, but going through shit because he's also trying to plan his Valentine's Day with his wife. So they do, they have the lunch. She doesn't get the attention that she really needs. He goes back to work, let her know they got 2 hours after work to hook up and do, their extra little Valentine's Day stuff. But he also has his wife, on the other hand, waiting for him to come home on some, he already called her, let her know, put on something sexy, be ready, I'm giving you 2 hours, I will be home to get you for Valentine's Day. So boom. After work, they go out together. He takes his side piece out to get gifts and shit at little, I'm going to say not cheap, but not expensive type gifts.
Okay.
Yeah. I read it a few times, so I kind of got it. So not cheap, but not expensive type gifts. So he didn't take her to Rainbows, but
maybe having some cute stuff though at Rainbow. I do be peeping.
Right, but he probably took her to Hyperactive or Jimmy Jazz or something like that. But while he's getting her gifts, he's also running her into Bloomingdale's and stuff like that to get gifts for his wife. So she gets a little mentally annoyed. She doesn't say anything about the fact that she didn't get nothing in the more expensive stores. So basically, she's not mad. She's just a little frustrated. And she's not going nowhere. So that's a secret letter right there. And my thing is, if you sign up to be a side chick, right, you have to know that there's a good chance that that's what you are just going to be until you leave him. Now,
good chance.
Right. If in the case comes that he decides to leave his wife, you're just second choice. You're not first choice. You're not really the one he wants to be with, because if that was the case, he would have been with you long before him and his wife had differences and went their separate ways. So basically, you're settling. You're the settled piece to ask. You're the kept woman. You're going to get gifts as long as you say yes. And the minute you say no, he's going to remarry another bitch real quick. So, yeah. What's your take on it?
Child, you done had me take off my glasses and show the people my real face. All right, look. You a side piece for 7 years. That's common law marriage. Okay? That's a civil union. First of all, 7 years, your purpose has already been fulfilled after year 2. Okay? Don't try to bank on this man loving you. Don't try to, or let me stop, because he may love you. Don't bank on this man trying to put a ring on it. Don't bank on it at all, especially if he's not with the polyamorous relationship. Mm-hmm. Just don't bank on it. He got his wife, planning an exotic dinner and everything else evening for his wife while he on lunch with you. That just shows what your place is. If a give you 100%, guess what? You just know what your place. You're a side piece. So you know what you need to do? You need to just work the free lunch. Okay, get your dig.
Get your gifts. Get your gifts. Get your smiles.
Get your retro pay, and then just find you a man that's going to love you for you, if you even love yourself.
Word.
Don't make me preach up in here because I ain't got the time. But yeah.
Well.
Poor little Tank Tank.
Word. Poor little Tank Tank. Hoffa
boy.
I know he said he was doing something.
Corolla
still
King.
On the line? Did you hear the story? Oh God, it wasn't a question, it was a secret letter. So I was letting you know what the letter was about. Yes. So I was looking for your feedback.
She said he said that's a long blow.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you with your short comment. All right. Well, you guys.
Half of them.
You guys, we are going to get back into the music for a little bit. We got like 35 minutes here. So we're going to tune into some Vegas Black. She's dope as hell.
We love her.
We love her as well.
She was recently on
She been doing a lot. Like, she
been
going down
doing
my
her
feed.
thing.
She just did a freestyle and all that. So if y'all go to my Facebook, Tasha Nicole Wright and Tasha Nicole Wright Williams, you will. I did share her link. I'm not sure which page, but she did a dope ass freestyle.
Freestyle. She's killing it.
She's killing it out here. She's another one y'all look out
SOBs,
for.
that's where she was. She was in SOBs a couple of weeks ago, and she sent out an invite and stuff like that, but I couldn't make it. But yo, when I tell you, she ripped the stage. She's a force to be reckoned with, and she need to get fined. I'm about to call Funkmaster Flex to be like, hey, fine Vegas Black.
Word.
I
Tamara
love her.
Bubble too. Only part.
Okay, we can't leave Tamara Bubble out. Both of them, these queens, honey.
Queens in this game.
Queens.
They will shut down a lot of other careers.
What?
A lot.
Play some music so that way I can create this list and let y'all niggas know.
See, I got so many. Where do I start? My type of time. My type of time. Yes. You see,
I love it.
Yeah. We are here. My type of time, niggas. Yeah.
gang shit. Y'all already know. About to go in on this. I mean, this is what happens in Vegas right here. Let's go. I've been hustling so much, I should have me a band. And I grew up with bitches that ain't even my friends. I be ripping no ends, I be flipping no man. They don't know I'm the shit. When all this hate ain't go down, never. If we working on beat time, a lot of nights I was working on scene time. I be happy on the same time. Just to show the ass that me she is down. And that's that. Thinking that you fly like a plane, I hijack. I make them look like a pimp, don't get slapped. Bustin' bottles of that rose with my team, we get smacked. Then we back to this money shit. Got a small circle, take bread on the money clip. The homies call me black ballers, call me honey dip. These niggas broke big. Head with the dummy neck. I got a bounce like speedball. I got an ounce of speed call. I fuck with the fans like all the heat on. And I don't need a check like a Dutch when all the weed is on. With the fine fight. I'm sorry. I go in like a and rock and they say she I know when these bitches are not knowing from the same sheet. Girls tell me fly. Brooklyn Black. I never got me in the money zone. Wait, every bar I say is great. I talk shit. What I can't walk through is intimidation. I'm going to. Bruce, first of all, you gotta do all my play. Like the movie and I'm shooting all these actors in their face. I'm not mean, I'm a lady though. But that don't mean all of these niggas play me close to have. Saving that butter, I'm gonna find out. Me and my bitches stand tall like the shit where my pants so better. We in this bitch like a Molly in the cold. I make them sick like a sour in the Henny jacket. If you ain't throwing money up my nigga, let it set.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm just media coverage for that.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's my favorite radio station.
So I'm doing that, and then we're filming the 6th, and the 5th I'm doing the table read.
I'm not happy at that table read. All I say is good night, Mom.
Oh no, yeah.
Lou, turn me up in the headphones.
That's why I didn't say anything.
Cause it's bad.
Why not?
Let me be great. I keep believing in breaking the hate. For my downfall, bitches taking me with cause I'm taking me in and I couldn't take it. Burn like a steak. They say I'm labeled as one that's a great. Came from the mud circle, small as a plate. Keep these bitches nervous like they period late. I know that this is my fate. Chasing that bag like that shit right away. I came to work, I ain't come here to play. Put these niggas to shame and that's on any day. Cause I slept on them like a bicep. Tricep, little rappers get dissect. Give it to him, then I hit him with the right left. And fuck you if you ain't finding my set. I'm on a whole other way. If I get paid, all my niggas get paid. I see the ones that be throwing me shit. My face is on beat and my personal play. How many you don't have the secret? I'm broke, you ain't nothing but a secret. I cash out, you just do it for the free shit. In real life, I be really on some G shit. Y'all know just how much I am. I see these times where they like for the brand. Me personally, I just don't give a damn. I do this for my fam and the rest for the fans. And I ain't pulling up unless I get a check. You know the homie JB gon' handle that. I play my cards right, I ain't fucking pity pat. With be black, I'm just trying to bring the city back. So I can get the house in the hills. Necklace so icy, it's giving me chills. Rap cause I can't give a fuck by the deal. I've been putting in work so I will get the mills. That's a big fat game, motherfucking game. And the last with the girls on that little wing. You bum niggas in the hood smoking originate. I be all over the beat like I'm in a man. Real life, niggas living in the fantasy. I ain't never meet a nigga that can handle me. I turns up putting niggas on that channel prayer. My enemies, I'm still on my enemies. I'm out here with the people that glue. You fucking salty and sucks to be you. That's about me, keep it 50 times 2. I'm not thinking about you, I just do what I do. I just do what I do. You fucking salty and sucks to be you.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. Hear me out. I love this one. And the last one is where the money is.
In my pocket. It went in my gas tank. But yo, the new job, it pertains to my degree, 9-5.
I've been doing things
If it wasn't for my mom, I wouldn't even have a chance to get an overtouch. My money closed in the
Realist Radio Show. Hey, this is your girl Tasha Nicole Ray.
What's up, y'all? This is Alyssa Noriega.
The Pre-Game Radio Network. The Realist Radio Show. Live every Thursday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m.
The Realist Radio Show. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram now.
The Pre-Game Radio Network.
But once you get the real
Hey, what's going on? Be sure to tune in for the exclusive Chat It Up with me, Tasha Nicole Wright, and join our group on Google Plus, The Realist Radio Lounge. Live.
What's good? I got that reality recap. Yes, your favorite reality shows depicted here live with Alyssa Noriega.
The Realist Radio Show. PreGameRadio.net. The Realist Radio Show is sponsored by
the Pre-Game Radio Network is sponsored by King's Power and Stay High NYC. Hit them up for your edible, oil, and baking pleasure. Also, Reefer Badge. Check them out at www.reeferbadge.com. Not only get them on their organic and their organic toys, also get great information on sex and sex education. For all purchases through reeferbadge.com, a portion is donated towards sexual education for young teens and adults. Emmy Productions for all your video production and photography. Hit them up on Facebook at Emmy Productions with a Z, or email them at heyme.tv@gmail.com. Thanks to our sponsors over at Let Me K. Their website is www.letmekny.com. Put in customer code PREGAMEISLIT for 20% off your final purchase. Also, don't forget I Crave Wear. Check them out on Instagram at I Crave Wear. And their website is www.icravewear.com. Put in promo code PREGAME for 15% off your purchase. For more information on our sponsors, go to our website over at www.pregameradio.net.
Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the Realist Radio Show here on the Pre-Game Radio Network. Make sure that you guys tune in tomorrow as well as Saturday night from 10 p.m. to midnight. We do have the Pre-Game Radio with our very own CEO, Brooklyn Black, as well as OTM Hoffa. Also on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. till about 10:30, we got Black NPR podcast with Danny from Queens. And Danny, he is also from, let me just put this out here, the Hearst, East Elmhurst. So, make sure that you support him. Keep on the lookout for the return of Love, Peace, and Slander. Season 2 is going to come back about March. So make sure that you tune in with Miss Lady Steele and Mr. Earl Grey, like the tea. And remember, every Thursday from 9 to 11, we are back with the Realist Radio Show, hosted by Tasha Nicole Wright. That's her right here.
I'm doing my Shaquille O'Neal shimmy.
That's Tasha Nicole Wright and myself, Alyssa Noriega, the good one, here on the Pre-Game Radio Network. Check us. So make sure you go on our dope ass. Our website is so dope, and I'm gonna be quite honest. Our website is so fucking dope. Go on pregameradio.net. If you go on there, you can see past episodes of the Realist Radio Show. You can listen to past episodes of Love, Peace, and Slander, NPR, Black NPR podcast. When I tell you that everything is so dope, Pre-Game Radio Network on Fridays and Saturdays. But you can just, catch up on everything that's going on. We got dope ass bios, upcoming events, so make sure you check out pregameradio.net. And make sure you call in 347-857-4302 and press number 1 to chat with us live. But thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Now back to the music.
I ain't hanging with pretenders, started, we gon' finish. Rapping about the trenches, look nigga, I live it. Couldn't sneak the gun and the razor was in the fitted. Talk crazy out your mouth, like the first thing getting split off. Can't wait till I'm fucking in the rave. can't wait till the money in the safe. I'm only fucking if your face above the A. A bad bitch is a bad thing to waste. The way we did love wasn't fair. Party bus and nobody paid the fare. Don't think we was lacking over here. It wasn't on me, but the shit was over there. Late nights with my niggas and we looking. There's only 10, 17, so we Gucci. In the field, I be playing with a Scoopy. I be damn if a fuck nigga shoot me. Amen, amen, amen. Yeah, I knew it. Hating on me, yeah, I knew it. Why you got a gun? You ain't even gonna use it. The one shot you fired, you ain't even mean to do it. You claim you getting money, we really getting to it. What you doing? Getting paid. The only time you in the cut is with your face. You don't be really putting on, you riding waves. I'm with the hounds, with the max, with the apes. With the hats, with the loafs, with the grapes. You on that side over there where it's safe. You on that side over there in your place. You play the window, I saw your face. You froze up when the words was in your face. Ready, set, go. Me, I did the race. Shoes off, I forgot the tie lace. I've been around the world, look, I did the maze. I got a bunch, you making no sound. Lot of kickback on that folk town. I got the streets, I got the glow now. Dance for a show now. Yeah, I knew it. Hating on me while you hating. Gang banging bitch, you already know you both killed it. Freddie versus Jason. I put the family on. Keena Avenue Wayne. Yeah. Yeah, man. She was Buck Madoff, man. I just had to touch this shit one time. I was fucking with the beat of shit. You know, everything I rap about is inspired by true events. I swear, me and 85, we had this white bitch this morning. White bitch.
Well, we want to get our business.
I swear, man.
Get a warehouse.
Never even got them bitches' names.
Because we're going to build a
like, this is real shit going on, man. We both killed it. Freddie versus Jason, you know what I mean? Let me stop talking to niggas about baby moms and shit. What's made up, man? I'm out of here. Marcy, Brooklyn, New York, worldwide.
She mad at
me.
That's what the Tifa says.
Yeah.
She mad
yes, yes.
She want babies, but I want babies. You're so silly. Oh no, it's
I'm rapidly becoming a big underground success in this town.
Wait, the beat didn't drop yet.
Oh, it is.
You gotta like, I don't know. Here we go. Put your old lady slap. Can't move my joints because it hurts.
Oh, that is so funny.
Those are the old lady slaps.
Child. Back up, Diamond.
She's like, I want to twerk the slap.
She's like, I want an old lady slap. Not that old, child.
And don't hear she is.
I don't know what it is.
No, she's 4. In our year, she's 28 years.
Oh, let me show you my dog.
You got a year or two before she's older than me.
That's Animal. He's an Argentinian.
Why would you name him Hannibal and have him in a cage? The only thing he's missing is a muzzle.
That's how old he is.
In the face, looking at his bone structure.
This big that quick. When I got him, he was in my arms like gonna be on this one. We're gonna decide the shit out.
Why are we going Kings?
Only for now. Like, they're trading. Huh?
It's called trading.
But they can't be loose.
Is that wild?
Wild. Yeah. And then 2 males.
Okay, so male dogs, you have to do something. You have to train.
So Barack is trained. Like, he's fine. But he can't be by himself. Like, Barack is 2.
An emotional wreck.
He'll be 2. He'll be 2.
I got you.
So my parents did not.
After this, I'll get a picture after this one is the closing.
Okay.
Let me pull it up now.
So my after
When
we at work, they're caged. So I just have to go upstairs while they're out and I just. They're running around. They're outside like.
But when in the house, keep them busy, teach them lay down and stay. Teach them lay down and stay. They will complain when they're old. Yeah, that is your cue. So, I love dogs.
Shake ass, niggas will stand on sight, but only stand on sight. My shoes him on
Not
sight.
like children, because they smack them. But not as much.
Barack is like when I tell
They still
Barack.
have their balls.
White bitch, she don't like
They gotta
R&B,
go.
nah, she don't do it slow
So
dance.
my father would be
Fat
like,
bitch, like trap shit. A nigga make
but you know what it was? The last 2 shepherds that we had, they were neutered and they didn't know how to act. Still.
Look how
Yeah, like testosterone.
Yeah.
I didn't fumble.
I guess it was still
I kept my
Testosterone.
fumble.
Them dogs, if they're not on a male dog,
Look how
they're not on a everyday cycle. Or if they have a uncomfortable feeling, they might not even come from your dad or anything. It can come from a cousin way down where to go, and your dad let them stay. The change of energy.
Back in the road, you back in the room.
Cut that.
Look out of my bag, I'll be back in the room.
Can make them
Your best
aggressive.
step out, I'm back in the
Because the baby comes from a parent who's crazy. The baby's not crazy yet, but they still do
When I'm ready to go, I'll
it's
see
natural.
you.
Yeah.
Like, cut their balls. Boy dogs, female dogs are different. Female dogs, if they feel nurtured, like they need nurtured, if they don't feel
Got a
comfortable
man
around the
fucking take it
baby,
there. Round
separate
here, we ain't playing fair.
them because the female will be fine until the baby learns
Got a man fucking take it there. Round here, when you playing fair. Got a man fucking take it there. Round here, we ain't playing fair.
around the dog who's new.
I'm back on the road, you back in your room. Yes.
People be like, oh, I don't want to meet your
I'm back
dog.
on the road, you back in your room. Yes.
Because we
I'm back on the
are
road,
okay.
you back in
My
your
dog
room.
feels uncomfortable and he wants to stand your face over.
Back on the road, you back in your room. These fake
So,
fans, they fast food. With my bloody, they bad
They have
food.
gas.
8 9
They have
to the
gas.
top
They
roof.
have
Or with the
gas.
hats like Pat
Hey,
Boo.
nice to meet you.
Oh
Hey.
no, they don't even meet the guests. It's only family.
But you still got it at least once. Because you never know. Get out. Things happen. Whenever you can.
Like Barack, he's actually good. Barack is good.
You're running 3, 2, 1, turn.
Thank you so much,
You got
you
your
guys, for. No.
The Commons.
I'm off.
Oh no, you're not on there?
No, so it's you.
Okay, wait. So let's play a song that doesn't belong. Let's do some super. Next one. Come back in though. Our live is gonna block this. Our live is gonna block this.
Shit, I hate you, why they chose me? So I hit the track running like a nosebleed. Life ain't great now, but it's much improved. Your album dropping this summer, that's up for you, cause this is bubble.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Realist Radio Show. That is here on the Pregame Radio Network. We are here every Thursday, so make sure that you jam here live on the Realist Radio Show. Anyway, so I just want to be sure and thank all of our sponsors over at King's Power and Stay High NYC. ME Productions for all your visual and production needs. Make sure you check them out at ME Productions. That's with a Z. Or send an email to hey me.tv@gmail.com for more details. Lit BK, they are riders. Lit BK, their website is litbkny.com. Put in customer code pregame is lit for 20% off of your purchase. I Crave Wear, that's my heart. I Crave Wear, make sure you go to icravewear.com or on Instagram at icravewear. Make sure you use the code pregame at checkout for 15% off of your purchase. V for Vag, make sure you check her out at vforvag.com for all your sexual needs. Yo, let me tell you something, that hemp lube.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
That's a different show. Okay.
That's a different.
You know what? V for Veg, our dope ass sponsors, we're going to do a show. Not even a show. We're going to do a short segment dedicated to V for Veg.
Sex.
And they're infused. You heard me. Infused lube. All natural. But outside of the sex, the website is sex education. It teaches about things that you do not understand about sex. Even as adults, we don't know everything. We know what we know, but nowadays, you got to stay updated. That's the site to go to. And for parents that don't know how to, explain certain, maybe because you ain't experienced it yourself, whatever it is, that's what that website is for. It's V for Vag, VADGE.com. So you guys go to vforvag.com, check them out, and we are going to do a short segment about this infused lube. I just got pregnant.
She did, and then she had to take a plan B, C, and E in order for her to not get pregnant. But yeah, let me just remind you guys that lube is special. But let me just remind you guys and do a quick rundown of all the shows that are on Pregame Radio Network.
Where's
I know I said it before, but I'm going to say it again. Tuesdays, Black NPR podcast, that is with Danny from Queens. He is from my hometown of East Elmhurst, Queens. So that does start at 9 till about 10:30. Maybe we'll spill a little over. Thursdays, of course, it's us, the Queens, from 9 to 11. Hello. The Realist Radio Show, hosted by myself, as well as Tasha Nicole Wright. Hello. Work it out. Bam. We have Friday and Saturday night, our very own Pregame Radio, which is with our very own Brooklyn Black, the creator of all this. Without him, there will be no us, alright? And OTM Hoffa, who I'm mad at, Corolla King. And then make sure you tune in.
It took me a second. Thank God for Corolla. I've been whining.
We always whine, but I'm not going to tell you where. And so make sure you tune into the return of Love, Peace, and Slander for their season 2. They are dope as fuck. And that is with Lady Steele and Mr. Earl Grey. Love you guys. So if you want to encore of tonight's show, make sure you go to pregameradio.net. If you want to tune into past shows, whether it's Love, Peace, and Slander, Black NPR podcast, Pregame Radio, as well as us, make sure you go to pregameradio.net. Now, thank you guys for tuning in. Back to the music.
Last song, and we all. Word. Wait. Someone popped in and left. Wait, you didn't have to call back in, did you?
I did, but
You got me in my feelings. It's more than sexual healing. Addicted, perfect inside. I'm loving every feeling. I know you're love for sure. I'm never insecure. I never cheated. You know my heart is full of music. I didn't turn that off. Make you feel like you're sick. Cause when I give you that look, got you deleting shit. No need to tag me instead. They know that I'm your bitch.
I have no idea.
Outside I've been nothing, never let it finish. You know you got me crazy. It ain't
required.
We both rapping and shit, but I still make you baby.
I'm doing too much. I'm doing radio and I don't know what happened. Something went wrong on the radio. That's why you see the face. But our live still lit.
I told her bring me that pussy so she could throw it back. Ain't no holding back, little mama, you too old for that.
You're better looking at that.
I'ma throw them back. Throw it back. I'ma throw them back.
Now if you got 5 heads,
I got 4 in the thumb.
Let's fucking Vegas.
Okay,
My fresh off of my flight.
my thumb can go up like.
That pussy smell on my lips.
You got 5 heads? God damn.
That girl she catered to see.
Look, I got a 24 face. No. 5, 10, maybe like 2 more.
We get all in our zone. We in the mix.
I got a 15
That's why they smack them before.
It's 5 here, 5 here, 2 here, 2 here.
So it's time we throw our own private party. I'm gonna go deep sea diving party. Start a war with the pussy. That's the riot party.
Right? So wait, that's 20.
I get her open. I'll just be stroking the motion.
I got 22 heads.
I got a 15. You got a 22 tonight.
I got a lot on my mind. I'm trying to figure out how am I gonna get this kid? How am I? First off, where my ring at?
That's how you get rid of the bad ones. See, that's how you get a kid. Y'all see that hair, fellas? You see how it...
Yo, like, your kid can have... Please come see me. I'm joking.
The Real Radio Show. Hey, this is your girl Tasha Nicole Ray.
What's up, y'all? This is Alyssa Noriega.
The Pre-Game Radio Network. The Realist Radio Show. Live every Thursday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m.
The Realist Radio Show. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram now.
The Pre-Game Radio Network. Hey, what's going on? Be sure to tune in for the exclusive Chat It Up with me, Tasha Nicole Wright, and join our group on Google Plus, The Realist Radio Lounge. Live.
What's good? I got that reality recap. Yes, your favorite reality shows depicted here live with...
The Pre-Game Radio Network is sponsored by King's Power and Stay High NYC. Hit them up for your edible, oil, and vaping pleasures. Also, V4Vag. Check them out at www.v4vag.com. Not only getting on their organic, infused lubes and toys, also get great information on sex and sex education. For all purchases through v4vag.com, a portion is donated towards sexual education for young teens.
Yeah, American English. Thanks.